The way that Robin Roberts anchors the Good Morning America program will never be forgotten. She can play on our screens and bring back memories of our childhood. Without her, the Good Morning News show, which won an Emmy, would never have realized its full potential. She was not as successful in real life, and her health was certainly not an issue, despite her success on television. What went wrong, then? Our beloved Robin Roberts' tragic reality is told in this devastating tale. Prior to her notoriety, beauty, and role as anchor of one of the most recognizable news shows, Robin Roberts was once a youngster. She grew up on the Gulf Coast in Pass Christian, Mississippi, a small community where family and sports were equally important. She was born in Tuskegee, Alabama. As you may have observed from her on-air persona, Robin was a fiercely competitive youngster who played tennis and basketball with enthusiasm from a young age. It was evident both on and off the athletic fields. She was as dedicated in the classroom as she was on the field, so she didn't let it stop her from participating in school activities. Her time as salutatorian at Pass Christian High, when she graduated in 1979, serves as a prime example. Robin Roberts took some surprising choices after high school and had a successful college career. Initially, she was invited to attend LSU as a student basketball scholarship recipient due to her strong athletic abilities, but after visiting the school, she felt that LSU was too big and she didn't enjoy the ambience. Nevertheless, she impulsively stopped to explore the campus after seeing a billboard for Southeastern Louisiana University one day as she was leaving work, and she eventually enrolled there. Upon graduating last year, Roberts was informed that she would receive a journalism scholarship, even though there were just tennis and scholarship spots remained. Roberts joined the university's women's basketball team and started as a starter right away. The player's accomplishment from the previous season put her third on the Southeastern all-time scoring chart, 1,446 points, and third in terms of rebounds, 1,034. She also became one of 3 members of an elite group who had amassed over 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds throughout their time at the institution. With an average of 27.6 points per game during her final year of college, she demonstrated that she was never one to give up. On February 5, 2011, Southeastern also gave her a retirement jersey with the number 21 in appreciation of her efforts for the club. Her life's most important period was throughout her college years, which dictated a prosperous career and future accomplishments. In 1983, she graduated with a cum laude degree in communication and went on to earn her bachelor's degree from Southeastern Louisiana University. Additionally, this came after her older sister, Sally Ann, became a news anchor for Newgrounds New Orleans. These, however, were not the only factors that shaped Robin into the guy we have all seen over the years, one of the greatest anchors of all time. Her family also had a significant impact on her life, particularly her father, Colonel Lawrence E. Roberts, who served as a Tuskegee Airman during World War II as an adolescent African-American fighter pilot. He was such a courageous and committed individual. And Robin's actually copied that. In addition to her father, Robin used to receive the same strength and speech patterns from her mother, who is also Lucimerian. The simple realities that ultimately shaped her into the person she became were some of them. Not to be overlooked is the fact that Robin was the last of 4 children, with an older brother and 2 sisters, all of whom she modeled but did not imitate. She characterized her parents' basic principles as the 3 Ds: discipline, determination, and Delord in a 2006 lecture at Abilene Christian University. When she came out into the world and was ready to forge her own path, these values, which she had cultivated throughout her life, were derived from the culture of this diligent woman with a streak of faith and resilience. Indeed, she paved her own way. The path that Robin Roberts took to become a broadcast journalist might be described as dangerous. Soon after completing her studies at Southeastern Louisiana University in 1983, she secured a full-time position as a news anchor in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. She took a few positions as a weekend sports anchor at W, though, because she was still focused on her sports stream. Hattiesburg Dam. Despite the fact that it was less prestigious and paid less, the choice would put her on a clear course to achieving her ultimate goal of working for ESPN. Within 9 months of working at W. Dam, the station that offered her a full-time job, hired her again, this time for a position in their sports department. She was given the chance to start playing sports at this point. She went to Biloxi, Mississippi, and began working as a sports reporter and anchor for the WLOX station as a result of this recent development. She stayed around 2.5 years here, and that's when everything began to come together for her. Every step was a logical one, taken with the next step up in mind. Roberts was enhancing her experience throughout this time. She changed to WSMV-TV in Nashville in 1986 to serve as the sportswoman and anchor, entering a station market that is bigger. There was no genuine thrust, everything was lukewarm here. As a result, she was hired in 1988 to cover major professional teams including the Braves in Atlanta, Georgia. She felt that the exposure she received from this job in high-profile sports reporting would help her become ready for the opportunity she had always dreamed of with ESPN. And in 1990, her aspirations of working for ESPN were realized. As a host on ESPN's Sports Center and a participant on NFL Primetime Roberts appeared to have kept her objectives and abilities in mind. Her achievement led her to join Good Morning America in 1995 as part of her career training to become one of America's most renowned and trusted television journalists. The fact that Robin Roberts is among the most recognizable characters from Good Morning America is hardly new. The GMA. Additionally, she had already acquired the foundation that prepared her for the role, as we have been describing. In the early 1990s, Rebecca Roberts worked for the ESPN Sports Center. Her fans loved her because of her upbeat and amiable demeanor. During this time, she also began appearing on Good Morning America. It made her more visible and gave the various ABC morning shows a unique character, even if she wasn't the primary anchor. After promoting herself initially as a guest reporter, she joined ABC full-time as a GMA co-anchor in 2005 because of her outstanding performances. How excellent she was cannot be overstated. Everyone watched her. The anchor team became stronger with Diane Sawyer's entrance, which was later enhanced with George Stephanopoulos. This helped to transform the show into what many of us remember it to be. Viewers were clearly won over by Roberts's kind and sincere demeanor. This was a major factor in GMA's victory over NBC's Today show, which for the first time since its inception became the top morning show. Roberts gained recognition throughout her tenure at GMA for both her personal tenacity and her journalistic abilities. She took time off in 2012 to cure a rare blood condition, one of the complications from her previous fight with breast cancer. Both she and her audience, who had supported and admired her journey, celebrated her successful comeback to GMA in 2013. Robert is a beloved character in broadcast journalism because of her ability to engage with people both on and off screen. By transforming her personal and professional struggles into an inspirational tale that still has resonance, she has established herself as a reliable voice in American television over her years at GMA. They stated that no rose is without thorns. And Robin's unexpected cancer diagnosis was the thorn in her rose-colored, prosperous life. Robin Roberts began a serious battle with breast cancer in 2007. She had to undergo chemotherapy, which was shocking to the entire globe. Robert took a riskier move than many others, who would be depressed by the fast proliferation of dangerous cells. She spoke openly about her cancer, particularly with her Good Morning America viewers. Although she was fortunate to survive, as she stated, curing one illness might always result in developing new ones. This is because, 5 years later, myelodysplastic syndrome, or MDS, a very limited form of the disease, was diagnosed as a result of the treatment's consequences. I suppose she was shaken by the new discovery. During her television program in August 2012, Roberts disclosed that she was leaving her daily show on GMA because of a problem resulting from her fight with cancer. However, her declaration caused an immediate and significant response, as she is a sensation. As she talked about her illness, she educated the audience about MDS and the need for bone marrow donors, two subjects that many viewers do not often hear about. Be the Match, a non-profit that maintains a bone marrow donation registry, registered 1,800% more donors in a single day than they typically do. And despite taking a hiatus from flying, she showed incredible bravery. While educating the public about bone marrow treatments and the need of donation, Roberts allowed them to observe her through her medical journey. She received a bone marrow transplant in September, for which her sister Sally kindly consented to donate her cells. Roberts never had to register for the National Registry herself, but she persuaded thousands of other viewers to do so, sending a good and fulfilling message to a sizable number of individuals in need of organ donations. Roberts' courage and desire to share her story about her battles with MDS and the need for bone marrow allowed her to transform her experience into one that inspired viewers to change and find hope. After receiving therapy for MDS, a rare bone marrow condition she acquired as a result of her cancer treatment, Robin Roberts returned to Good Morning America on February 20, 2013. She was filled with joy and passion when she returned to GMA, surrounded by her GMA team and millions of viewers. "I had been waiting for this to be said for 174 days since she said her first words again. America, good morning." The audience responded enthusiastically to her show, which they had watched every day. In celebration of her comeback, the GMA drew the most viewership share since the 2012 presidential election, with 6.1 million people. The willingness of Roberts to go public truly made it possible for many others to share in the hope she has had. When she allowed cameras to watch her treatment, thousands of people signed up to donate bone marrow. In recognition of her efforts, Roberts received the 2012 Peabody Awards, where the committee observed that the campaign she was able to create had captivated the public by drawing significant attention to the pressing need for bone marrow. Her acceptance of the NBA Sager Strong Award in 2019 and the ESPN Arthur Ashe Award at the 2013 East Pie Awards further recognized her bravery and dedication. Because of her steely resolve and her exceptional portrayal of the smooth-sailing anchor, Roberts was able to aid individuals in ways that some viewers can still only imagine, making her just as influential off-screen as she was on. Now that she's back at Good Morning America, Robin Roberts has applied all of her creativity and energy to take on new tasks. Rock and Robin Productions was established by her to produce content. A standalone production firm that has subsequently broadcast sports news, live events, and other programming. Robin Roberts Presents is only one of the company's notable and well-received creations. One of these is Legacy of Courage, an Emmy-nominated biopic about Tuskegee Airmen and gospel icon Mahalia Jackson. Because her father was one of the first African-American soldiers, Roberts said she had a special place in her heart for a history special. With Disney's Turning the Tables with Robin Roberts, a miniseries in which she interviews celebrities and poses intimate questions to them about their experiences with trauma, Roberts expanded her on-screen time in 2021. Additionally, she was given the chance to host Jeopardy! As a guest, which opened up a fresh perspective and gave her warmth. In addition, Roberts landed one of the most important interviews with President Barack Obama during her scoop interviews on Good Morning America that year. Through these endeavors and roles, Roberts has proven that she is capable of more than just anchoring, and for a cause that benefits society. Her work continues to impact millions of people since her experiences in broadcast journalism have given her newfound creativity to pursue her love. In addition to being a movie star, Robin Roberts is also highly regarded for her literary success. Additionally, she has received numerous awards for both screen and written work. She is an excellent illustration of an experienced writer who aids her intended audience by penning numerous books that draw from her experiences in sports and personal life, explaining the significance of her writings, and sharing her learnings along the way. The possibilities of perseverance, self-awareness, and triumph are always emphasized by her. Her early works, such as Basketball Year, What It's Like to Be a Woman Pro in 2000, A Look at Female Sports and Issues, and Which Sport is Right for You, 2001, A Guide for Female Athletes About How and Where to Go, showed Roberts' interest in sports. In 2001, sports injuries came next. In order to demonstrate her dedication to the young players, she told them how to prevent or manage sports-related injuries. As Roberts' life and profession developed, she began to emphasize resilience and personal development. In her 2007 book From the Heart, 7 Rules to Live By, she discussed her experiences in broadcasting and used them to provide guidelines for success and fulfillment. In her 2008 book From the Heart, 8 Rules to Live By, she built on this a year later, adding fresh perspectives she had acquired following her fight with breast cancer. The strength that family, friends, and faith can provide during trying times was highlighted in her 2015 memoir, Everybody's Got Something, which delves further into more personal struggles, such as her battle with cancer and the death of her mother. In 2011, Roberts also dabbled in children's literature with the release of Bedtime Bear's Big Surprise, an illustrated book that encourages youngsters to be polite and friendly to one another. Her most recent book, Brighter by the Day, which debuted alongside Waking Up to New Hopes and Dreams, 2022, offers her readers a message of hope as well as a wealth of useful advice based on her personal experience. In other words, Roberts did more than just share her tale with the reader through those novels. More significantly, she gave those individuals a reason to live. They were inducted into the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame in 2016, received the Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism in 2014, and were honored with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award at the 2013 ESPYs. Because of this, Roberts uses both her positive and negative life experiences to try to affect readers' and viewers' emotions and to give them the courage to confront whatever challenge life presents with optimism. Throughout her career, Robin Roberts has garnered numerous accolades, all of which praise her power as a broadcast journalist and an athlete, for someone who has served as an inspiration. Despite her battles with dreadful illnesses and the demands of a very visible career, Roberts continues to be one of the most inspirational figures in journalism. Her coverage of women's basketball earned her the Mel Greenberg Media Award in 2001, her first WBCA honor. The Billie Jean King Contribution Award was given to her in 2004. In 2008, she received the WNBA Inspiration Award from the WNBA in recognition of her work with young athletes. In 2012, she was inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame as well. In recognition of her integrity and impact as a journalist, Roberts received the 2014 Walter Cronkite Award for Achievement in Journalism. In 2016, 2 years later, she was honored for her groundbreaking contributions to sports journalism by being inducted into the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame. In 2015, Roberts was appointed an honorary Harlem Globetrotter, making him the 10th individual to receive the accolade outside of media. In 2018, the National Association of Broadcasters presented her with the Distinguished Service Award, and she also received the Radio Television Digital News Foundation's Lifetime Achievement Award. In recognition of her bravery and tenacity, the NBA presented her with the Sager Strong Award in 2019. Each member of the U.S. women's national soccer team wore a shirt in March 2019 that included the name of an inspirational woman, with goalie Alyssa Nair opting to pay tribute to Roberts in a special way. In April of that year, Roberts commemorated her 20 years at Good Morning America with a plaque in Times Square recognizing her program. Among her latest accomplishments are her inclusion in the Out 100 for 2023 and her 2024 Poynter Medal for Lifetime Achievement in Media. Naturally, these honors are about more than just career success, they are about hope, tenacity and spirit that Roberts brings to and uses in her work. As a result, Robin continues to inspire many people. This is the true Robin Roberts story.